Hello, good afternoon, everyone. We have 20 people watching this webinar. My name is Pavel Topalov, and I'm senior recruiter at the American University in Bulgaria. And today we are going to cover with you the information about the application for financial assistance and how to fill out your application for this particular need-based scholarship. So pretty much we'll let me share with you the screen. Yeah, so today we'll discuss what's the difference between the need-based scholarships and merit-based scholarship. How to fill out your application for financial assistance, and when and how to submit the application for financial assistance along with the supporting documents. Of course, if you have any other questions, I'll be more than happy to answer to your questions and help you. So let's start with the difference between the need-based and merit-based scholarship. So the application for financial assistance itself means that you're applying for a scholarship which is based on the proven family needs. The merit-based scholarship is another type of a scholarship which is awarded to the student only based on the academic achievements or only based on the merit of the students. While the need-based scholarships require an additional application for financial assistance, along with supporting documents that we'll discuss in a minute. So, how to fill out the financial assistance application? First of all, this document can be found on our website. When you go to www.edu, aubg.edu, I'm sorry, and going to the section admissions, how to apply. In the list of documents listed on the web page, you can find in the bottom financial assistance application, and when you open the tab, the button of financial assistance application, you see the link to the application financial assistance form. Also explained instructions, detailed instructions in a few different languages. So if you have the form opened, and you can go, just let me, sorry, is this shared? So let's open the link with the application for financial assistance and open the document itself. This is the application that I'll just say application instead of all the time repeating application financial assistance. So this is the application, and as you can see, it's divided into different sections. That sections are requiring different information for the applicant. The financial assistance policy of the university awards students who prove their family need with discount in their tuition fee, and this discount is based on the documents that they are providing along with the application. And let's start with the first part of the application, the applicant's personal profile. In this section, you have to provide information about yourself, your name, your gender, date of birth, citizenship, intended date, or in our case, it's intended term of admissions, and also city and country of residence. All the information, all of the fields of the application financial assistance should be filled out with block letters. You can fill out the application on a computer electronically, or you can handwrite it, but once again, I repeat that it should be with block letters. So in the first section, you have the applicant's personal profile that you have to provide information about you. And then we're going to the section number 2 called family information. In this particular section, you're supposed to provide information about your family status. And the first question is question number 8 about the situation, the parents' current marital status. Here you have to provide information whether your parents are married, divorced, or they're living in a domestic partnership, maybe they are not married, anything which relies and which covers your situation. The next section, section number 9, I'm sorry, section number 10 is the place where you're informed. You have to provide information about the income earners of the family and also the other members of the family, such as your brothers, sisters, or other family members who are younger, I mean, who are still part of the household, and they are dependent on the family income. So, for instance, you have your both parents, your mother and your father, married, and both of them are working. So it means that they are both income earners. In section 10A, you have to place whether it's your father or your mother, it's up to you. You're placing your father, your mother, and respectfully the age of your parents. In sections 10D, 10E, and 10F, you should put information whether you have a brother or a sister who are underage and who are dependent on the family budget, along with information about their age. If you have older sisters or older brother who are, of course, still part of the household, part of the family, and they are paid by for instance, they are studying at the university or at the high school, and there is a certain fee that they are paying for, like tuition fee for their education there, then we'll need to have the name of your either brother or sister filled out in section number 11A with the name of the respective brother or sister, name of the school or university that he or she is attending, what is the annual cost of what is the annual tuition fee for the institution he or she is attending, what is the family contribution, and in case there is a grant awarded or loan, then the information should be placed also there. You're doing this with all of your, you're filling this information in all of the respective lines. If you need more lines, you can add it in an additional page. Then we're going to the section number 12, where you are asked to provide information whether your family own or rent your primary residence. If your parents are owners of your home, then you have to mark it as own. In case it's rented, you're living on a rent, then you have to mark rent. And if you have if the case is let's say the house where you're living is the house you're living is your grandmother's or your grandfather's house, then you can mark the section live with others or any other cases that sounds like this. The third section of the application for financial assistance requires information for employment of the income earners listed in the previous first page. So if you placed your mother as income earner in the section 10A as income earner A, then you have to provide information about her occupation, the name of the employer in the respective number 13, 14, of this section, lines 13 and lines 14. So you're putting information about your mother if you listed your mother as income earner number A and income earner number B for your father. You have to provide information about the name of the employer, the street address of the company where they are employed, also the city, the state, the country, and phone for contact with the employer. In case there is something that you would like to provide as information that would be good to be shared with our committee, our financial aid committee, then you have to provide this information in the line number 16. As you can see in the financial assistance application, line number 16 is divided to additional information concerning employment. Anything which you believe is important and is not explained in the above mentioned lines, you can provide this information in line number 16. After that, we're going to the next page, number 3, and we have our section number 4. In section number 4, you're supposed to provide information about the income from employment in the national currency. So let's say you're an applicant to the university who is coming from Vietnam or from Georgia. You have to provide the information about your parents' income from their employer in the national currency. If it's Vietnamese, then it will be Vietnamese dong. If it's the case is a Bulgarian student applying to the university, then it will be Bulgarian lev, etc. This field, number 4, requires information that should be proven with a document for this. So here I want to point out that information that you're providing for your father's gross income, the paid income tax, and the net income should be supported by a document provided from the current employer of your parents, in our case your father, where this document should consist the most recent 12 months period with shown gross income, the tax paid, and the net income. You're doing this you're filling this information for both of your parents. And for instance, if the student is currently employed, then information about this also should be provided in line number 19. In line number 22, as you can see, you're required to provide the total amount of the gross, net, and the tax paid from the above mentioned lines. In case your parents are only employed and they don't have any private business or any other income, then the information, the net income from line number 22, this information here should be the same as the required information in line number 38, which is in the bottom part of the page. As you can see, this is section 7, total net family income. But if let's say that your parents or one of your parents own private business, and this private business has respectful revenue, expenses, profit, and a certain number of employees who are currently employed there, then we will request you, and you will be requested to provide information for, let's say again, your father, the revenue of his business, the expenses, and the profit that he received in the last year, fiscal year. Also information about the number of employees. All of these sections here, section number 4, section number 5, section number 6, require additional documents. And as you will see in the detailed instructions, all these documents are clearly explained. So later, when we go in the backside of the last page of this application for financial assistance, I'll explain you more detailedly which document is corresponding with which section of the current application. So I'd like to repeat. Section number 4 is providing information from employment in national currency. Section number 5, you should provide, if any, information about income from private business. And in section number 6, we're going to the information from for other income. When we say other, we mean income coming from unemployment, or let's say social security benefits, pensions received from one of the parents, or rent. So in case one of your parents is retired and he or she receives pension, then you'll be supposed to provide a document with the most current 12 months of the amount of pension that he or she received. All of the information provided in this page number 3 uh, and information from sections 4, 5, and 6 should be calculated and written over here in the bottom part of the page in section number 7, where you should provide information about the total net family income. Please keep in mind that this particular information should be in national currency. Let's go to next page, which is page number 4. Here we are asking you to provide us with information about your assets, your other assets in terms of property, and also some statistical information. But let's start with the section number 8, your assets. Here we would like to receive information about possible deposit accounts or current savings of your parents, or savings of the student him or herself. And for this purpose, we'll be requesting you to provide us with a document issued by the respective bank where these assets or these deposits are. And here, please keep in mind that we are asking for information only for assets. If you have your a bank account where you're receiving your parents are receiving their monthly salary, or let's say you have a deposit card where you're receiving your high school scholarship, we do not need this information to be provided. So in section number 7, the section with requiring information for your assets, please provide information only for current savings, with of course, document from the bank where these savings are, confirming the amount of money that you have in this deposit account. Then we're going to section number 9, where you're requested to provide information about homes, apartments, or land owned by members or by the entire family. So let's say if the previous section, section number 2, where you were asked to whether you're living in your own home or you're renting your home, the place of your primary residence. If you marked own, then we'll be expecting you to have information about your apartment or home in this section number 8. So let's say that your family owns the apartment where you're living. It's a shared ownership between both of your parents. Then in line 43A, you should provide the information. The owner of the apartment is my mom and my dad. Respectfully, it's an apartment or a home, like a house. Where is located this particular uh, home or apartment? City, state, the postal code, and the country. For this particular information provided by you, we will request you to provide us with respective documents that we can discuss a bit later. If you have more than the listed 3 options, we listed only 3 options here, but still, if you have more homes, apartments, lands, whatever, you can add additional pages. Just print page number 4 1 or 2 times more and attach it to your application for financial assistance. After section line 43, in line 44, you're requested to provide a list of the cars that your household owned. So in this case, please keep in mind that we are asking only for cars, like uh, no scooters or any motorbikes are included in this requirement. So if your family has a car, please provide information about the producer, the model of the car, year it was produced, and the license number. Of course, as I said for the previous section, for this information, we'll also request you to provide us with the respective document, which is the copy of the registration document of the car that you own. Then we're going to section number 10, where we want to hear from you and to have an idea about your travel experience. And here I'd like to point out that we're talking about the travel experience of the applicant. Of course, if you went for a family vacation, it's completely fine to write it as the purpose of the respective visit of a country or another continent even, but only visits that are made by the applicant itself. This is a statistical information that we need in order to have more information about your background. Then we have section number 11, which is on the next page, page number 5. And in this section 11, you are requested to provide our our financial aid committee with information about the estimate amount of money that your family is able to contribute for your education here at AUBG. In the different lines, as you can see, line number 46 is asking for information about your family contribution. What is the family contribution that you are expecting to have in terms of funding your tuition? Then if you're expecting to receive any other scholarships that are not provided by AUBG, but let's say if it's a governmental scholarship or if it's a scholarship from a grant or from a foundation, other than the scholarships provided by AUBG. Line number 68, if you have friends or relatives who are willing to support your education at the university at AUBG, and what is the amount that they're going to help you with. Also, information about private sponsors, any students' vacation earnings, or others in line number 51. Then in line number 52, you're summing and you're calculating the total financial contribution that your family, your friends, relatives, or any funds, other scholarships are going to contribute for your tuition, paying of your tuition. And then we have the section number 12 and line number 53, where you're kindly invited to share with the with the financial aid committee any information that concerns your family budget, but this information was not provided or requested in the previous pages and sections of this current application. So for instance, if you have any outstanding loans, mortgages, rent that you're paying, for instance, if one of your parents is currently hired, currently employed in a company, but in a few months, let's say 2, 3, or 5 months, your mother or your father is going to retire, then this information should be provided to the attentions of the financial aid committee in order to take the best decision for your case. And then we're going to the last page of this application for financial assistance, where you can see the number 54 line, the checklist of this application. The checklist itself is, I'm sorry, the checklist is something that is helping both financial assistance committee and you when you're submitting your documents. So let's say that your parents are currently employed and the only earnings of the family the family budget is formed by the earnings of your parents from their current employer. Then you have to mark here in line A of this chart that you have a document for your mother with information about her gross and net income, with monthly distribution, with and of course up-to-date information. If it goes for your mother and your father, then you're just marking here yes, or if they're owning a private business and your income, their income is coming from private business, then you're marking the not applicable or NA section. If you're providing documents for other family members or for yourself, then you have to tick the respective box here in this checklist. So let me try to tell you something more about the documents in the checklist. So section A is gross and net income, or this is the document where you're providing a financial assistance committee with information about the family earnings. And if this is the only as I said earlier, if this is the only income that forms your family budget, you have to mark this here as yes, you're providing this particular document. The other document that the other line in the table is the copies of the annual tax declarations for the last year's taxable income. Here I want to point out something important. Most of the annual tax declarations are submitted on a later stage in the year. For instance, in Bulgaria, the deadline for submitting this annual tax declaration is April 1st. We know this, but still we would like to receive the most accurate information. So when you're planning to apply to submit your parents' annual tax declaration, please make sure that you're submitting the most recent one. Annual tax declaration is the declaration which provide information for the family business, the profit, the revenue, the number of employees, and all this information that you previously shared in section number 5. Then we have certificates providing absence of trade activities issued by the respective tax authorities. Dear applicants, if your parents, your mom and your dad are forming your family budget only based on the income from their employer, then you'll be asked to provide the admissions committee with this document too. So if your father and your mother are employed in a company and the budget forming part is only their salary, then we'll ask you to provide us with a certificate which is issued by the local or the respective tax authorities in your countries, which certificate is proving absence of trade activities. Another document which is going together with this certificate proving absence of trade activities is a notary verified declaration from both of your parents saying that they do not own any other just let me see, yeah, they do not own or practice in any trade activities in any form or another, and also that your parents does not have an income and property with the exception of the declared ones. This declaration should be notary verified, and all these documents that I'm saying and I'm trying to explain to you are clearly explained in the document, in the instructions for financial assistance. Then we have the certificates for family savings issued by the bank. If you have such certificates, please mark it in the checklist. The certificates from the Bureau of Labor for permanent or current unemployment of any of the family members. If you have such document, you have to mark it in the checklist. Any pension certificates, copies of court decisions in case of your parents are divorced, and you can see all of the documents here are listed, and they're explained very well and clearly in our instructions for filling the financial assistance. Here, the last 12 part of the application is the declaration, which is made from one of the parents or one of the guardians of the student and the applicant itself. Here we're requesting to receive the signature of the student and the parent and the date when they're submitting their application for financial assistance. So this was the very brief explanation or presentation on the application of financial assistance. Let's go to the chat section of this live screening. And please, if you have any questions, feel free to share them with me, or you can use the chat live chat version here in the right section of this YouTube. So hi everyone, if you have any questions, I'm here. I will be very happy to answer any of your questions. Claudia Pierce, I don't have any siblings. Do I just leave a blank space? Yes, if you don't have siblings, or if you're a single a child of your parents, then you're just leaving this blank, empty. Okay, Suleiman is asking, can you give an outline of a weekday and a weekend a typical student has? Oh, okay. So we're going to another important question, the student life. But since this particular webinar is dedicated to the financial assistance documents and the financial assistance application itself, I would rather invite you for another webinar where some of our current students will share their own experience with you. But Suleiman, just to reply to your question briefly, the student life looks like this. You have classes from Monday to Friday, and you're going to classes, you're studying, of course, going to the library, doing homework, doing additional stuff here on campus, and of course you're having fun with your friends. Pretty much during the weekends, most of the students are doing the bigger projects that they are involved in, or homeworks that they are doing. But as I said, there will be another webinar with some of our current students, and they will be able to even share in your mother tongue or in English their own experience of the life on campus. We have an hacker tip asking question: can the application be filled completely through computer with the exception of the signature? Yes, you can fill out the application on a computer, like any PDF reader can do this for you. Using this PDF reader, just keep in mind that the signatures should be in hand. And something very important I forgot to mention during the presentation: all of the documents that you're collecting part of your financial assistance application should be in English. If they're not in English, then they should be translated into English by a sworn translator. If you have any questions about the financial assistance application, or you're curious whether you filled out everything correctly, I strongly suggest you to submit, like to scan your application for financial assistance and all of the supporting documents, and send this scanned materials to your respective counselor. For instance, if you're from, I see here someone from Albania is writing. So if you're from Albania, send your documents to Alexandra Stoyanova. She's your admissions counselor here at AUBG. She can take a look of the application, of the supporting documents, and she will inform you if everything's all right. Once you have her confirmation that all with the documents is fine and they are correctly, then you have to send them via regular post mail to our address. And the address of the that you have to use is written over here in the last page of the financial assistance application form. This is the admissions office at ABF Student Center, America for Bulgaria, Blagoevgrad, 2700, to the address of number 12, Sukudaba Street. Let's go to Shalker Fisi. Hello, thanks for the information provided. I have several questions. Okay, your first question is, should we mark the boxes with X or a tick? It's up to you. I mean, you have the freedom to decide which sign you prefer, whether tick or X, it's up to you. In line 47, should I include a scholarship I get from my school? So line 47, dear Shelker, I don't know your original name. So if you're receiving a scholarship which is provided from your high school, and this particular scholarship is dedicated to your AUBG education. I mean, if this scholarship is given to you for your studies at AUBG, yes, then in line 47 you have to include this. We have Irdi Duka. How many days may it take for the letters to arrive from a country, for example, from Albania? Irdi, it depends on the post service that you're using, like the provider, whether it's a DHL service or it's I don't know, Speedy, or I don't know, Speedy is local in Bulgaria. I mean TNT or anything. The best and I don't know, the best offer, the most important part for you is to have the documents here by March 1st. So just go and ask the local post service, the post office, how many days it will take from, let's say, Albania to send the package of documents to Bulgaria, and they'll be able to reply to this question. But from my experience here in the admissions office, in the enrollment office of the university, it takes close to a week from most of the countries around the world. We have Natalia Kravtsova asking if my family has a car, but it was both on credit. Okay, so officially bank still has it. How do we show it in the documents? So pretty much you don't have a certificate of ownership for this particular car. Maybe you have a certificate which is saying yes, they have the right to use this car, but you're still paying for the car. I mean, this is pretty much like a loan. So it's both on credit, and depends on the situation with your I mean your I don't know how it's in your country. I don't know where exactly you're asking these question from, but if the registration document of the car itself says that this particular car is owned by the respective bank who gave you the credit to buy it, then it's not necessary to provide information for this. But if in the registration it says that the car is owned by your mother, your father, or any other member of the family, then you should provide a document that this car is owned by you, like the copy of the registration, and going also with a document from the bank, issued from the bank, saying that this car was bought on this date, and you're paying monthly this amount of money for this, for the car. I hope I reply to your question. We have Doggy Bucky. Hi. If my parents are divorced and my father doesn't pay child support, should I fill in any financial information regarding my father? Pretty much, even if your parents are divorced, you're supposed to provide information for financial information for the parent uh, which you're living for and for the other parent. In your case, there is an opportunity to provide our admission, no, I'm sorry, our financial aid committee with information about this, and this is with a declaration from your either mother or father, the parent you're living with. So if let's say you're living with your mother and you are not in contact with your father and you don't have his support, then it should be stated in a declaration from your mother, which is not verified. Maria Magdalena Stoyanova. Hi, Maria. We have a question from you, and all of the documents added for this application must be translated, right? So, for all of the Bulgarian applicants, I have to inform you that you do not have to translate your documents. The application form, the application financial assistance should be filled out in English. As I said, with in block letters, and the documents that are provided from the Bulgarians should not be translated into English. But as for our international students, all of the documents, all of the supporting documents for the application should be translated into English. We have a hacker tip. Sorry if I missed it, but did we cover the merit-based scholarship part? So this particular webinar is dedicated to the financial assistance and the financial assistance application itself. The merit-based scholarships, this is something that I can tell you more about it, but let me try to follow up with the rest of the questions, and I'll go back to this if there are no other questions regarding the financial assistance application. Bora Likai, I hope I'm reading it correctly. Can you just scan the documents and send them by email? Bora, as I said, pretty much I encourage you to do it. I mean, scan your documents, fill out the applications, gather all of the documents that are part of the application and scan them. Send the documents to your, let's say, counselor or your, I mean, respective counselor here in our office, and wait for our confirmation that your documents are correct. You have all of the needed supportive documents, and then send it by regular post mail. All of the rest of the documents needed for application to the American University in Bulgaria can be submitted electronically, but this particular application financial assistance along with the supporting documents should be mailed in hard copies to the others of the university. We have a question again from Maria Magdalena. If my parents are divorced and one of them doesn't want to collaborate with the documents, what should I do? As I explained earlier, Maria, to Doggy Bucky, who asked pretty much the same question, if one of your parents is if you're living with one of your parents and the other one is not supportive or not willing to support in providing documents for the financial assistance application, then your mother or your father, who you're living with, should include a line in his or her declaration stating that I'm not in contact with my ex-husband, my ex-wife, and he or she does not contribute in our family budget or will not be contributing and is not contributing in the expenses for my daughter's or my son's let's say school or university expenses or just living expenses. We have Rati Porchikidze. Okay, Porchikidze. Should the documents be notary verified, you mean, I assume? So the documents that are translated from your local language, like I assume it in your case it's Georgian. The documents need to be only translated by a sworn translator. There is no need of notary verification of those documents. So let's say you're getting your mother's employment certificate with the information for gross net income. You're bringing this document to translator, like a sworn translator in your hometown, or I don't know, in somewhere in the country, and it will be enough. The notary translation is enough for the documents. We have other question from Yuri Kap. Do we have to send both original documents and the translations? So the translation itself are documents that are they're already verified from the respective sworn translator. So in a document which is issued in, let's say, in Russian, the translator is making a copy, and then based on the copy and the original that he or she, the translator already seen, he or she, the translator, is putting a line that, yes, I saw the originals, and this is a translation, verified translation of this document. So you do not need to send the document. Let me see in the in our instructions for completing application of financial assistance, but yeah, I would say that we do not require the originals of the translated documents. So since I don't see other questions regarding the financial assistance, let me reply to who was this asking for the merit-based scholarship. Okay, someone asked, yeah, this was in Hacker Check. So what is the merit-based, what is the difference between merit-based and need-based scholarship? In our case, in AUBG, all of the students who are applying to the university, and they are submitting their documents needed for admissions. These are online application form, your essay, the two recommendation letters, your academic transcript from your high school, CV and a portfolio, a respective certificate for English, like TOEFL or IELTS. Submitting all of these documents, you are eligible to be reviewed from our admissions and scholarship committee for a scholarship which is only based on the academic merit of the student. But if you submit also financial assistance application, then you'll be reviewed for a different type of scholarship, which is called need-based scholarship. These are two different scholarships, and one is not excluding the other, or with other words, you can get both, or you can get only one of them. The financial assistance application is provided by a fund dedicated from the budget of the university, which fund is dedicated to help prospective students of our university to support, not only help, but to support their education at AUBG. The financial assistance is distributed based on the application that we're receiving and the information in these particular documents. While the merit-based scholarship is again distributed, they are distributed based on the applications, based on the student profiles, and all these details, but they are distributed in the way where we're looking only into your academic profile, like your entire profile, like an applicant. When the financial assistance committee is looking into your documents, they do not take into consideration whether you are an A student or not that good student. So your package for financial assistance will be reviewed from our colleagues, and your documents will be taken into consideration. We have a question from Schalker. Okay, can you explain line 10? I have to mention the income earners of my family, mother and father, and then I include myself as a dependent upon the income. And if yes, on which line, C or D? Here the Duca is asking for travel information. What if the purpose is longer than the blank space? Oh, okay. So let's reply to the question of Schalker C, who is asking what he or she should do in line number 10. In line number 10, you should okay, let's say 10A, you should put the name of your not the name, but you should write father and the respective age of your father. In line number 10B, you should write your mother and her age, and in 10D or in 10D or other member D, you should write the applicant or applicant and your age. If you have other siblings, if you have a brother or a sister who are younger or older and they're depending on the family income, they should also be included here. Irtiduka is asking for travel information. What if the purpose is longer than the blank space? What shall I do? You're talking about page number 4. So if you have this case, the purpose, then just explain it in the in the blank part of the footer, for instance. Or you can add additional page where you're explaining this particular visit, this particular travel abroad, and your purpose of it. Chris Was is asking, should the financial aid be handwritten or with computer? It's up to you. You can write it by hand, or you can fill it out on a computer. I remind you once again that the information should be print in block letters, and the last part, this last page of the application, where the checklist and the declaration from the student, from the applicant, and one of the parents. This particular part, your declaration, should be signed in hand. We should send the original documents. Yes, you should. Shilker is asking whether you should send the original documents. Yes, you should send the original documents via post mail to our mailing address, but keep in mind that if these documents, let's say, if you're from, let's say, Georgia, and you have your mother's, so your father's documents issued and translated, only the translation that you made, the translation made by a sworn translator, should be sent to us. It's not necessary to have the original documents which are in Georgia. Arati is asking, which document do you require for the net family income? I'm not sure if I'm getting your question correctly, but the document that your parents' employer will issue to them upon their request will be the document which is providing information about the gross income of your father or your mother, about the tax paid, as well as the net income that your parents received. So this is the certificate from the employer. I hope I was able to get your question correctly. Do the child support documents have to be notary verified? What do you mean, Maria Magdalena, with this? You mean the decision of the court? For instance, your parents are divorced, and your mother or your father has the decision of the court. Should it be notary verified, or what exactly you mean? Yes, so we do not require a notary verified copy of this particular document. Just a scanned copy is completely enough. And also, in addition to this, your parent that you're living with should provide the committee, the uh, Financial Assistance Committee, with a document which is issued by the local authorities stating that the parent that you're living with uh, respectfully. This document is kind of because I don't know how it could be called in English or any other languages. This is the document issued by the local authorities stating that, for instance, your mother has you or two, three more kids, and she is not married right now. Since we said that the webinar will be for an hour, I would like to encourage those of you who have other questions to submit them, because maybe in 5 minutes or 5 more minutes we will finish with the broadcasting. Of course, whenever you have questions, you can contact me, you can contact the respective counselor of yours, you can contact the admissions office, and we'll be more than happy to help you and assist you in preparing your documents for financial assistance. And I hope it was a useful webinar, and I was able to help you and answer some of your questions regarding the process, the application process, and the documents required for financial assistance. Hey, thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So I just want to once again remind you, anytime you have questions regarding admissions, questions regarding the financial assistance documents, questions regarding the application documents, just email your counselor. If you don't know who is your counselor, go on our website, check out the page, contact us, and find your respective counselor. We're here to help you, and we'll be more than happy to have you all as our students in the upcoming fall semester of 2017. Thank you for joining our webinar. And yeah, Irt is asking if I have other information, should I just write them in the extra blank sheet? Yes, you can add the information in an extra blank sheet if you're talking particularly for the travel section. But if you're talking about other information that you would like to bring to the attention of the Financial Assistance Committee, then please use the line 53, which is section number 12, the pre-last one. Okay, I don't see any other questions. In this case, thank you. It was very, very nice talking to you. Unfortunately, I was not able to hear you talking, but I'm sure when you come on campus, we'll meet and we can have a chat. Thank you and have a good evening. Bye-bye.